I talking about? This is the 2024 Kia Sorento SX X-Line Prestige, and in this video we'll take a look at it inside and out. My name is Joko, and welcome to Urban Auto Adventures. Before we start with the video, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel. It would mean a lot to me, and it will help the channel grow. Plus, you won't miss any future video uploads. Now back to the Sorento here. Starting off with our hood design, we have a somewhat flat design of our hood design, which is kind of reminiscent of the classic design as well. The Kia emblem has been moved here on top of our hood. Again, we have this flat, modern Kia emblem. Right below that, we have a forward-facing camera with this redesigned front grille, which has the 7 separate compartments here, reminiscent of another brand that I'm not gonna get into. The headlights have been redesigned as well. We have a vertical stack of our LED headlights compared to the horizontal design on our previous models. The LED daylight running light has also been very nicely redesigned, and the inspiration for that came from some star constellations, which is, you know, a very fun fact. Right below our headlights, we have these very cool vents here that end up in the tire compartment to obviously help uncool our brakes. Proximity sensors here on our front bumper. As you can see, a very stylish looking front spoiler, and integrated here into the lower compartments of the front spoiler, we actually have LED fog lights, which is a very interesting design choice. In the center, we also have our forward collision warning system here, and overall a very bold yet modern looking design of the front of the Kia Sorento. And thank you to Willowbrook Kia for lending me one of their vehicles so I can do a walk around video for you guys. I'll put a link to their website down in the description if you want to check them out. Now back to the video. All right, so looking at it from the sides, we can see that the Kia Sorento is actually a fairly sized midsize SUV with 189 inches in length, about 75 inches wide, almost 71 inches tall, and the X-Line package has a 8.3 inch ground clearance compared to the regular trim size, which has about a 6.9 inch ground clearance. With the X-Line package, you also get these 20 inch aluminum wheels here, as you can see, and they are similar, if not the same wheels that you get on the electric EV6. Moreover, on the bottom here of the vehicle, we also have a black plastic trim to protect the paint from rock chips whenever you are taking it off-roading, since you have that, you know, ground clearance. Right here, we have a nice trim to add a little bit of a sports design to the overall bold and modern look. Our side view mirrors are in this high gloss grand piano trim style with the LED turn signal right here, a camera from underneath. We also have blind spot detection, and they're power folding. Our door handles are the same color as our body. We also have keyless entry by swiping your finger here across the outside, but the key has to be on you in order for that to work. Regarding our trim around the windows, we have high gloss grand piano trim around our windows, and here on top we have our raised roof rails, which again adds to that ruggedness of the overall style of the new Kia Sorento. But moving towards the back of the vehicle, virtually there haven't been that many changes when it comes to the overall looks of the rear design of the 2024 Kia Sorento, with the exception maybe of our taillights. We'll get to that in a second. Now, starting here at the top, we have a sportish spoiler with our integrated LED brake light right here. We have 2 cameras here in the back. We have one here and one here. This one is for your rear view mirror, and this one is your reverse camera. Hidden underneath the spoiler, we have our windshield wiper, flat Kia emblem right here. Like I said before, the reverse camera on this side, Sorento emblem, as well as the X-Line emblem on that side. And we have our slightly updated LED taillights here in the back, which look a little bit more modern, a little bit more bold as well. Our rear bumper features proximity sensors, and we also have our exhaust pipe coming out from the passenger side here, kind of like hidden underneath. Now, if you want to open up the lift gate, you have an automatic lift gate, and you simply push on the rubberized button down there. And as you can see, the Sorento is a 3-row seater, with the only difference that the 3rd row seats only 2 people. Now, with the 3rd row seats up, you get plenty of space here for your daily groceries. Maybe not so much space for luggage if you want to take like a day trip or a longer trip with the family. But for daily activities, this is actually just fine. You also get the possibility to hook a safety net here, or a net to, you know, just store for even more storage. And you get this hardcover bottom here that if you lift, you get hidden compartments with more storage, even here to the side. And this is also where you can find your tools to change your tires, and the spare tire is actually right underneath here, underneath the bumper, which is very convenient. But if you don't need that, you can just close it. Now, if you want to put down the third row seats, it's as simple as pulling on the strap. It will unlock it, and then you just let go. And the straps have Velcro, so you can kind of like stick it to the back of the seat. Now, this obviously opens up even more space, more storage room for longer trips or even larger items. If you actually want to put down the second row as well, the captain chairs, you can do that from the passenger side. And you simply push and hold the buttons, which will put down the seats. They go all the way down, just like that. And now this opens up even more room for, for larger things, or if you want to store larger and transport larger items. With this larger space open, you also get access to the 12-volt outlet here to the side, which is, if you want to plug in like a portable fridge. But if you want to actually put up the seats again, you cannot do it automatically. You got to do it mechanically or manually. And you simply go from one side, raise the seat, go from this side, raise the seat as well. And for the third row, we simply pull on the strap, raise the headrest, and then you push on the automatic liftgate button to close it. The 2024 Kia Sorento X-Line SX Prestige has a 2.5-liter inline 4-cylinder turbocharged engine that, combined with the 8-speed automatic dual-clutch transmission as well as the all-wheel drive, puts out 281 horsepower or 311 pound-feet of torque. With all of that power, you can expect to get about 21 mpgs in the city, as well as 28 mpgs on the highway, with a combined miles per gallon of about 24. Sitting on the inside of the 2024 Kia Sorento X-Line SX Prestige, you pretty much get everything that you expect from a full loaded model and then some. This particular model has a darker muted color palette on the inside. We have this very nice grayish leather on our seats, black leather on our dashboard. We also have brushed aluminum here on our vents, what looks like wooden veneer on our dashboard as well as these high gloss grand piano trim on our center console, on our doors. Overall, it gives you a very elegant and luxurious feel, for the driver experience. Not only that, but it also comes with a ton of safety and convenience features. So without further ado, let's just jump right into them and explore a few of them. Starting off with our passenger side, we have our glove box compartment that has this hard plastic interior. Right above it, we have this brushed aluminum design on our vents, this wood-alike trim here, which I believe is just a wooden veneer on top of the plastic, leading towards our infotainment system. Our infotainment system is this 10.25-inch touchscreen display, which also features wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Right below the infotainment system, we have a very interesting approach actually to the infotainment system controls as well as our climate controls. We have kind of like a 2-in-1 situation going on here, where when you swipe down here on this button, you get your climate controls, but when you swipe up, you get the controls for your infotainment system, and you get these knobs on both sides, which can control either or depending on the menu that you are in. You either love it or hate it, because I can see myself totally forgetting that I am in the climate control unit and cranking up the heat, or vice versa. But what do you think about this setup? Let me know down in the comments. Moving further down, we have a small storage compartment, wireless phone charging with 2 USB-C charging ports here, as you can see, 2 cup holders, a little bit of extra storage, your gear selector. Right behind it, we have our drive selector in the form of this knob. And right behind it, we also have more controls here. We have our steering wheel, our 2-level steering wheel heater, which we'll talk about in a second. Auto hold, hill descent assist, electronic park brake, engine auto start and stop, turning off our parking sensor, as well as accessing our cameras. For our driver, we have a 12.3-inch in diagonal instrument cluster, digital instrument cluster that is. We have a very nice and comfortable heated steering wheel, and as you saw, we have 2 levels of heat with paddle shifters, physical buttons on the front here to control your infotainment system, as well as some of your other safety and convenience features such as your adaptive cruise control, highway driving assist, lane departure warning, and so on. To the side here of the steering wheel, we have our brightness control buttons, lift gate button, as well as our traction control button right here. We have these very nice and comfortable perforated Napa leather seats, which are also heated, cooled. They are power adjusted. We have 2-way power lumbar in the passenger, 4-way power lumbar in the driver, with power thigh extensions, which is very nice. In addition to that, you also get memory for up to 2 people in the driver's seat, no memory in the passenger seat. Now, since this is the fully loaded model, just like I said before, you get a ton of luxurious features as well. You get this suede headliner, a power adjusted sunshade, a tilted and sliding moonroof, a premium Bose sound system, as well as the digital rear view mirror. Very nice. Sitting in the second row, you are actually just as comfortable as sitting in the first row, and here's a few reasons why. First, you get plenty of leg room and plenty of headroom here above you with ample storage room around you. You get storage here in the form of this bottle holder inside the door. You get a cup holder here, and you also get pockets behind the driver and passenger seat and smaller pockets in the form of these nettings here to the side of your seats, which is very nice and convenient. And you also get this retractable sunshade sunscreen here inside your door as well. In the center, you have a center console with your very cool design of the air vents. Right below that, you get a 12-volt outlet as well as a 115-volt house outlet with 2 USB-C charging ports on both sides here of the passenger and the driver's seat. Our seats are again in this very nice perforated Napa leather. They're also heated. You get an armrest like this, and they're adjustable to quite an extent moving forward and backward. And if you want even more comfort, you can even recline it so you can enjoy the night sky or the tall buildings depending on where you're driving. Nice. Sitting in the third row of the 2024 Kia Sorento X-Line SX Prestige, I'm actually more comfortable than I thought. I've got plenty of legroom and a good amount of headroom here. Mind you, I'm 5'9", 5'10", so if you're a person of my build, you'll be totally fine. Now, the seat in front of me is adjusted to my previous seating seating position. If I move it a little bit forward, I will have even more legroom here, which would make it even more comfortable. But I can also put my leg down the middle here since we have 2 captain chairs, which is also fine. In addition to that, I also get some storage here to the side, a bottle holder, a cup holder if you want, and I also get 2 USB-C charging ports here in the back as well. You actually have access to the 12-volt outlet here that we have in the trunk space, which is also a plus, I guess. Now, if there is no one sitting in the seat in front of you and the seats are up, you're stuck in the third row, you can either go around the captain chairs and exit like that, or you can simply push the button right here to the side of the seat, which you have the same button on the outside. You simply push it, and that will move the seat forward so you can easier exit. Putting a button on the outside is also smart because when you have smaller children, they can actually push the button and it will move the seat forward for them so they can enter the vehicle by themselves, which is very nice. And thank you for watching this far. Make sure that you hit the like, share, subscribe button down below if you don't want to miss any future video uploads. And if you want to see more amazing car videos, hit the thumbnails right there, and I'll see you in our next one. Cheers.